Alright guys, welcome back. So this is AFRM stock update, Affirm Holdings, and it's trading at 146 at the moment. And we almost, last time when we talked about this name, we had this move, huge move, and we talked about 130 being as a resistance. And I talked that if this stock doesn't get above 130, it's not a good idea to go long somewhere here, because technically when you're trading technicals, it's best to let it break out, come back, test that breakout, and enter at that point if there are some buyers with you. So that's what happened. Pulled back almost to those support levels twice, and then here we are at the next resistance level, which is all-time highs of 147, I believe. So is this stock going to 200? A lot of people were buying calls, and what's the probability? So I want to look at that. So let's have a look at the daily chart. So if we take a look at the daily chart, you'll clearly see after going public, hitting this 146, 147, pulled back, pretty much sold off a lot all the way till 46, and now it's coming back up to these levels once again. So is it going to be double top? Maybe it's going to, that's normal that when stock is testing these levels for the first time for it to pull back. But if it does sell off below 130, then that's not looking good. But if we get above that level, so you want to see if this 147 becomes as a support, and at that point that's a good idea to go long. But again, this is not my like a financial advice video. This is just me looking at the technicals and the way I usually play these kind of games, I mean the stocks. So I want to look at the option market. So today's stats: 97,000 calls were traded, 40,000 puts were traded. But we're not interested about the strike prices. We are interested about the probability of the stock going to 200 maybe by the end of November. So let's take a look at $200 strike price. So $200 strike price by November 19th, according to option market, there is 11% probability of those contracts going in the money. So basically hitting that $200 plus. So 11%. For me personally, it's not too bad, but for a lot of people, that's not good. They don't like to take those kind of trades, and those contracts are what's the price of those contracts? So they are trading for $4. So pretty pricey. But what about the October 15th, this week? So let's take a look at that. What's the probability of the stock getting above 150? So basically getting above maybe 147 and maybe hitting 150. So if we take a look at these strike prices, let's go take a look at these three: 147, 148, 149. So you can see right here that the probability is pretty high. So 30%, 33% of it hitting 148, 30% of it hitting 149, 150. There's 28% probability. And today's contracts, you can see there are a lot of, look at the volume. So it looks like the most strike prices were traded today, calls, are this week's 150 strike price, and those contracts are going for $3. All right, and stock, AFRM stock, has $11 range, so which means it can go up $11 or down $11 any given day. So that's the range of the stock. And even if you like, that's how I trade it. So let's say I know the range of the stock, right? So you know the range of the stock, and you measure basically today's low. What was it? So today's low 135, and today's high is 146. And if you take a look at it, today's range was $10.84. So if I was to have, like, if I wanted to go long at 144, I would know that this stock has already produced 80% of the move. So there's no, like, doesn't make sense for me to go long up here. So that's how I trade it. So that's why I use average true range, and it's really, really useful tool. So yeah, and that's why I would wait, just like I talked when we were hitting 130, I would wait for this name, probably get above that all-time highs, come back, test that level, and if that level attracts more buyers, then possibly go it long if the options are cheap, since I don't trade shares. But that's what I'm looking at AFRM. I hope it was somehow helpful or entertaining. Thanks for watching. Until next update, take care. Peace.